my face. What? I am. That's me. Hi, I'm your host, Randy Bush. Welcome. Tonight's lineup is Jack Prime. We've got Jonathan Wisehart here. We've got Danielle Soto. That's how I'm gonna just pronounce it. That's how I want to. We also have the Ocean State Jingle Lot. They are our first. They're gonna come up and tell a little bit about what they do here. So please give them your attention. Thank you.
Hello. Thanks everyone for listening to the grand debut of our new jingle for LulZ Comedy Night. And thanks for Randy for having us here. I'm Jacob Nathan.
I'm Jody George.
And we're here to tell you about the company we represent, Ocean State Jingle Lot.
Okay, show of hands, how many people here have written a jingle for a third party before?
No one? Well, okay, that's what we thought. But don't worry, because we're here to help. Next slide, please. Ocean State Jingle Lot is a company that provides local brands with music-based products and services such as top-tier jingles for broadcast media that will help grow your adoring audience. Next slide, please. Ocean State Jingle Lot was founded in 2010 by Michael Stevens, who was a nearby Brown University graduate, and he's a guru. He's got a passion for economic growth in the Ocean State too. Next slide, please.
We operate out of a state-of-the-art facility and recording studio here at Ocean State Jingle Lot. We crank out smash hits every day in our state-of-the-art facilities. Next slide, please. Let's take a little tour. This is a picture of the East Wing in our facilities. Next slide, please. And this is a picture of the East Wing, where we do most of our recording. Next slide, please. And this is an example of some of our soundproofing to be sure that our recordings are soundproof. Next slide, please. And this is of course our lovely cafeteria. Next slide, please. And this is the mixer that we use to record on. Next slide, please. And of course the water cooler for breaks.
So, as you can see, we take our job very seriously. There are no breaks on the job. When we're in our state-of-the-art recording facilities, it's just us, our wonderful clients, and of course, the music. Our professional and results-based attitude and compassion for your needs has led us to the top of the jingle market in lower New England, particularly in Rhode Island, and in particular Providence. Next slide, please. Our clients really run the gamut of all sorts of businesses, from eateries, to restaurants, to cafes, to national defense contractors. Next slide, please.
If you or your business are interested in utilizing our business-enhancing jingle media products, please contact us at oceanstatejinglelot@gmail.com or call Michael Stevens at 401-267-8653. That's 401-267-8653 to set up a free consultation. Our rates are fair and negotiable depending on the size, breadth, and scope of your business. So just call 401-267-8653 for a free consultation. Next slide, please.
So throughout the night, you're going to hear samples of our jingles for local brands. We're very proud to sponsor LulZ tonight alongside some of our clients, and we really encourage you to check out these local businesses. Again, thank you to Mr. Bush for inviting us to speak to these fine people, and we really, truly look forward to taking your brands to the next level. So let's welcome back Randy Bush.
Enjoy the jingles!
Excellent and informative. So, as they stated, all of the comedians this evening have been sponsored by local businesses around town and jingles that have been written for them by the Ocean State Jingle Lot. So, it's gonna be awesome. You guys, I'm moving out soon. I'm so excited. I can finally pretend like I don't hear rats fighting inside of my walls anymore. It's gonna really do wonders for my self-esteem and for my sanity, I think. That went over really well. It's about time for me to move out because I live and work at a bed and breakfast. I'm getting tired of hearing old people moan in the middle of the night. I'm getting tired of hearing rats fighting. I'm getting tired of basically thinking that my life at any moment in time could become like a sex traffic ring because so many men are coming in and out of my house at this point in time. As we speak, probably. Let's see. You know, there are some trending baby names going on right now. Paladin is a very popular name right now. It really gets me off my D&D side. I'm into that. But I'm wondering, when do you think that we'll reach that place in society where we're gonna just start naming kids emojicons? Because I want that to happen soon. This my baby salsa dancer duty pace. This is my baby's skull fart noise. Man running. 2 ladies. That's my favorite emoticon. What does that even mean? What are those 2 people? Who are they? We're just hanging out. We like to dance. I was, one of the last water fires, I was walking around with some of my friends, and we walked by a group of people that I kind of know, and so we did that awkward, like, oh hey, and then they were with people that none of us knew. And so I introduced myself to this girl, and I was like, hi, I'm Randy, and she says, hi, I'm a student. I was like, what? She's like, well, my name is just this long, drawn-out, stupid thing. And I was like, well, that's your thing, but I mean, look, what? How bad could her name have been that she didn't want to share it with me? Like, was it Rape Baby Turd Soup? Like, I could call you Ray Babe for short. Just give me the opportunity to decide if your name is something ridiculous. Let's see. Oh, I went to New York recently with my best friend Hannah. We went to go see Carrie Pamu Pamu, which is a Japanese pop star. I'm a 31-year-old man. Just want to put that out there. And on the way down there, Hannah and I were exchanging stories of rest stops. You know that between here and New York is like the land of the McDonald's super bathroom place. And back in my day, those were great cruising grounds. But now all the partitions are up, so you can't see dicks very easily. But you know, there are some strong-willed individuals still. Let's just say that. And Hannah told a story about this. I'm just gonna say the word obese lady. I have nothing against fat people, by the way. Some of my best friends are fat. But this obese person walked into the bathroom, and Hannah said that she was in a stall, and the next thing she heard was this lady going into a stall, and then just crash, and water all on the floor, and then she heard this lady say, "Oh no, not again." How many times has this lady broken a toilet? Like, how many times? And it made me think, I really give a lot of people the benefit of the doubt. I just think that all of these toilets will just accommodate every person in the world. Well, I didn't know that there was an individual that could literally rip a toilet off of a wall. More than once. That's impressive. Put that on a resume, maybe. That's gonna be my new tagline to everything. Put that on a resume. Put that on a resume. Let's see. My crush spent the night with me last night, and it was so exciting. But I was terrified the entire time he was there because I've taken up a new sleep habit where I sleep like this. Like a vampire. And I didn't want him to be like, oh, I didn't realize I was possibly dating Nesferatus. Is that how you say that man's name? That guy? I also tried not to fart the entire time I was around him, because every time I fart, I'm reminded of why I'm single, etc. So, that's been it for me. Thank you for listening. We're gonna bring up... Thank you. We're gonna bring up Jack Prime, but first we're gonna have a word from our sponsors. You're about to hear the jingles for Asian Bakery, Rocket to Mars, Ada Books, Point Street Dueling Piano Bar, and Amy's Place. So let's hit it. Jingle lot.
I'm going to the Asian bakery.
He's going to the Asian bakery.
I'm gonna get a $3 bun.
He's going to the Asian bakery.
310 Broad Street.
Point Street Dueling Pianos.
When you want a cool banana apple at your face, keep it down the street at Amy's Place. Blueberry pineapple, keep it down the street at Amy's Place. At Amy's Place, we're gonna have a smoothie.
Jack Prime!
Thank you, Randy. Talk about a simple concept and just driving it home. God, hats off to the Jingle lot. Have any of you guys been to Amy's Place? Is it good? No. I've never been, so. Although I can attest on the upside down cross Bible that the Asian bakery makes the best $3 sandwich in town.
Oh yeah.
You want to go up to Broad Street. I mean, it's kind of a weird zone up by that convenience store, but it's totally worth it because it's delicious and the people are really nice. I get free sandwiches now for life because they're my sponsor. So I know what you're all thinking, seeing me up here, you're like, thank goodness, we can hear the voice and the thoughts and opinions of a straight white man. The silent majority. So I actually work here at AS220. That's I made them let me come up on stage. I work next door, and I do a lot of like bar stuff, but also a title, security. 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 Only here. Only at AS220. You can imagine what that's like for me when the shows get really out of control. It's like, excuse me, sir. Or I put on my tough guy voice. Bro, can you step away from the art on the wall, bro? I appreciate your cooperation. Yeah, no, I was gonna go to that show in Onlyville later. Yeah, am I gonna see you there? Alright, yeah. No, I'll buy you beers. I'll buy you beers. Dad? So yeah, it's not the toughest gig. Not the toughest gig in the world. Yet. But the summertime is upon us and all y'all gonna be drinking outside. And I'm gonna be cleaning up after you. I got a joke. I got like a straight up joke that, this is one, I can't take credit for this. This is my friend Griffith wrote this joke, but I'm gonna tell it to you because you're gonna like it. Okay, what's the difference between Kennedy Plaza and a crab with big boobs? You know, like boobs. Boobs. One of them is a busty crust station, and the other one's a crusty bus station. Alex Griffith, ladies and gentlemen. So I wanted to reconnect with my white guilt, so I went to Whole Foods the other day. That's the joke. I knew you guys would get that one. We got a lot of people from Boston hanging out in the house today. Got a great comic from Boston who's going to close out the night, Danielle Soto. She's very funny. I, like many people who are born and raised here in Rhode Island, don't really appreciate Boston for all that it's done. They come down, they frequent our strip clubs, they have a good time, they make a mess. They don't even say thank you. They're like ungrateful older brothers who are always treating us like little kids. They don't know that we have a saying here, which is keep Boston out of Providence. Words to live by. And I trace my particular animosity all the way back to the beginning. You know, they kicked Roger Williams out. They told him he was too weird to hang out with the weirdos. They send him down here to this gross-ass place where all they got, you know, and the indigenous persons are like, you can have that fucked up bay. All that's good there is it's full of scrap metal and strip clubs there. You know, and now all of a sudden they want to come back. They want to hang out. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll give you 3 options. All right, you don't cross the border, but you can come as close as is possible, and you can come to either Attleboro, Seekonk, or Fall River. Choice is yours. But that's all you get. That's all you get. They don't do the coffee milk, you know. I mean, like really, like the thing is like funny people in Boston. Like, do you find Boston to be that funny of a place? Because I know, it's like, for me it's not that entertaining. It's like if JWU opened up a city. I can keep going with that. It's like if TGI Fridays opened up a city.
Yeah! Does anybody else got it? You guys got it? I got one more.
It's like if you put a bunch of sports jerseys on some monkeys and they threw feces at each other and you called that civilization. Are there even women in Boston? Because I thought it was just like all a bunch of dudes named Sully. I thought it was just like all Irish pubs and the Red Sox. You know, we don't need them. We don't need their Red Sox.
We got our own Red Sox!
We don't need your Bruins.
We got our own Bruins!
We can share, like, football and Major League Soccer. I appreciate all that you do. Where was I going with this stuff? Hold on, let me take a peek at my notes. Oh, speaking of calling people names. I get called some good names sometimes. So one I haven't been called in a long time, and this is, let's get real. Let's just get real. I remember the first time a girlfriend that I had. This must have been a long time ago. A girlfriend that I had, because everybody knows I only play with the boys now. Right, Randy? When she told me I was a misogynist. And she was from New Zealand. She was really cool. She was a punk rocker from New Zealand. She was really cool. And she's like, Chick, I was giving her a real hard time because I was born in Providence. I grew up, you know, hanging out in a parking lot with like a handful of other dickheads who were worthless people. So yeah, I was being a prick to her. She's like, you're a fucking misogynist. And I said, what? Me? No. Because at the time, my understanding of the word is basically meant that I hated women, which is, of course, couldn't be true. I have a mother, I have a sister, I've got a gran and a nan whom I cherish. So if I love these people, how could I hate these people? Therefore, how could I be this thing? And she said, no, Jake. A misogynist doesn't hate women. A misogynist fears and mistrusts women. To which I responded, oh. It's not, you know, I'm not afraid. I'm security. I'm not afraid of women. Just scare me a little bit. And it's not, I don't mistrust women either. Maybe I don't believe everything you say all the time. But in my defense, if you, that's a great, you're getting that the context of that statement. If you applied that to men as well, if you asked me the same question, said, Jack, are you afraid of men? I'd say, no! I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm Jack Prime, not afraid. Security dog! Security dog! But if I was in a room full of dudes, I'd get pretty anxious. I'd think, oh, these dudes. And then you ask me, Jack, do you trust other men? And I'd say, fuck no! So really, neither misogynist, misandrist, really more just of a general misanthrope. So it's a whole humanity thing. So I both love and fear you all equally. Other names? This is a new one I got called. I'm glad I get to tell this joke tonight. I got called the other day a narcissist asshole, which is a good one. To which, of course, my response also was, me? And of course, my understanding of the word narcissist comes from the Greek myth of Narcissus. It's a dude who would like stare at himself in the lake because he's so fucking pretty. Obviously, not the case. And the gods smote him for staring at himself all day. It's like, yeah, get that. So basically, what that word means is I'm so self-obsessed that I don't care about anybody else. So I looked it up, and I'm like, let me look this up. I looked it up on the interwebs. And really, that doesn't describe, the definitions of the two words are completely different. Narcissism clinically is a really sad thing, and the thing that I think I was being called was egocentric, which is like you don't pay attention or care about other people, you use them like pawns. Which, who the fuck does that? I mean, you've known a person who does that, but that doesn't apply. The narcissism thing is, when you look up the clinical definition, is really, really depressing. It's about a person, basically, if you're so emotionally wounded that you cut yourself off and you no longer can connect or trust other people, blah, blah, blah. And so it's kind of misleading. And I think that they should change that word to make it something that actually is more applicable and just call it what it is so people don't get confused, so I can be called the appropriate insult. They should just, instead of a narcissist, they should just call it what it is. Just call me a goth. So if you said like you're a goth asshole, I'd be like, well, I like Depeche Mode a lot. So. And sometimes I feel like I'll never love again. Call me Azrael. I look good now, Lana, too, so that's a thing. But you know they've been prescribing, they prescribe kids drugs a lot. They give them the speed for the ADHD. They didn't do that back in the day. Like back when I was a kid and I had all those problems, like where you're like a channel changer, like you can't pay attention. Like they didn't give me any drugs, and I got my parents are from fucking Pawtucket. They tried to give me pills, they'd be like, we gotta pay for those pills? You think we gotta pay for those pills? No, Jackie, you're not getting those pills. I'm sorry, honey. You're just gonna have to pay attention. Die with a tucket. Sorry. That's my mom. You want to hear my dad? Jacko. Jacko, you're just gonna have to, you have to do better. You have to try harder. Yeah, I know you don't like it, but not for nothing, but this is what we gotta do. You know, you can quit. You can quit school. You can drop out of school. You just gotta get a job. I'll tell you right now, you won't do that. And now, you know, but now, instead of just, you know, getting that treatment and ending up like this is what happens when you have a kid who watches too much television, and then you tell him that he has ADHD because all he wants to do is fucking watch episodes of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And then you give him speed. You know, you give the kids amphetamines and they end up all fucked up. And it's like, right. It's like, I don't want your kids to be tweakers either. Like parents, if you have kids and like they're gonna tell them that they're all fucked up, they're not fucked up. It's like they're on the internet and they're watching TV, and that's like the way they're used to absorbing information while they're gonna listen to somebody talk. Why would you just sit in a room and listen to somebody talking? It sounds terrible. But you only, like the opposite is you don't give those kids tweakers. I mean, if you don't give those kids drugs and turn them into tweakers, like you end up with this. Like, I work at an art nonprofit. Like, I'm hanging out. If you give the kid a bunch of drugs, I'm just saying that you'll have an excuse when you're talking with your friends while like your son sucks. You know? Just give yourself the out. I'm not saying it's not a good decision, but we live in gray times. There's no right and wrong. Time's a flat disc. You gotta watch HBO, dog. It never stops. I got hooked at a young age. My dad had a black box. You remember black boxes back when like cable was like an analog signal? Yeah, I had every channel. And do you remember that at midnight when you would be watching like Jaws the Revenge, it would all of a sudden cut off and it was just hard pornography from midnight to 6 a.m. So like, that's not a big deal when you're like 9 years old and you're not up at midnight. Like you're done, like 9:30 rolls around and you're cash because you just spent the day like terrorizing around the neighborhood, throwing rocks through windows, setting fires in the woods, etc. But I don't even go to sleep till like 2:30, 3 in the morning now. And just to think that like, if I was a, 30-something-year-old man in 1995 with my black box, all I had to do was like turn to channel 43 or 44 and it would just be like, just gnarly, like nasty. Damn, like, oh God, oh, kidneys, oh my God. I mean, I know that porn's on the internet, but like that's still, it's not the same. It's just, that shit is just beamed right at you. And I'm gonna tell you right now that I got a very early miseducation in how the human body worked by waking up early from my paper route and turning on the television to kind of like wake up. My parents drank coffee, I watched television. And just seeing like some of the craziest stuff. Like I didn't know the butt was a thing that you could do. It's like, no, not in there, sir! Do you guys ever think about time travel?
Yes! Love it.
Yeah, me too. I think a lot about cheating death because as much as like I'm a despairing emo goth, I don't want to give up on the whole thing. I want to see what happens next. And I think about freezing myself and then having myself thawed out like Vanilla Sky style. They're supposed to be able to cure you of what ails you in the future because science is good. Eventually, I guess they could go back and fuck with everybody because it's hilarious. So the one thing I would do, honestly, if I could travel through time, I'd go back to a certain German bar in the mid-60s where a certain 4 boys from Liverpool were honing their craft. And I would sit in the back and with a tall, frosty beer, just fucking heckle the shit out of them. Like in between songs, I'd be like, "Hey Paul! Hey Paul! Play Band on the Run! Band on the Run!" And then no one would know what I was talking about. It would be so somebody laughing really loud, you'd be like, oh shit, there's another time traveler. And then you'd be like, buddies. And then you could like tear on, go crazy, do all kinds of stuff. Like I think people were small in the past. You could like go back to like ancient Greece and just fucking beat everybody up. Like, you know, like the 300 thing, those Spartans are all like this tall because they just didn't eat enough protein. They don't like little muscly 5-year-olds. I'm Spartan! You guys are jerks. I had a closer. What's the closer? Oh yeah, no, this is a good one. Oh yeah. So I've been watching Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? Because I was, big into the Carl Sagan original. I used to watch that when I lived in like a crusty mill and you couldn't go anywhere in the wintertime because it's too cold to move. You remember that? You all remember that. So I watched all like Cosmos. Love the new Cosmos, but it gets me to thinking. So modern humanity has biologically existed for, let's say, like, I'm not sure on the dates, but it's like 40,000 years, right? And I wonder, I'm like, man, this really took people a long time to like figure shit out, because you only had agriculture for like 10,000 years, right? It took 30,000 years for somebody to figure out that if you ate a bunch of strawberries and then pooed behind that tree, if you came back to that tree next year, there might be strawberries growing there, and bam, agriculture. So it took a while. And it's like, you know why? It's because when you're hungry and there are wolves, and like it rains on you all the time, you don't have time to think about anything else. You're just kind of like, damn, I'm hungry. And then it's like, man, I just ate that antelope, it tastes good. Fuck, man, it's cold out here, we gotta go find like a cave or something and dig a hole in the ground, you know what I mean? Instead of, oh, there were wolves biting me. So it's, it takes a really long time. The point of this being, when do you think there was that first moment where one of our first early modern humans had like the first existential freak out? Like they found a cave, like they're, a bunch of guys and ladies, men, women, and etc. sitting in a cave together and just being like, man, this cave is dry. Like, yeah, dog, cave's super dry. Yeah, I like this cave. It's like, no cave bears in this cave. Like, yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, man, that like hog, that wild hog we speared, man, it's good. It was really good. Full. It was like totally full. It's like, yeah. And like after dinner, we all like did the thing that makes the little people thing. Like, yeah, it's good. It's so relaxed now. So relaxed that we all did that. Yeah. It's like, yeah, man, we got like some waters coming in, drinking it. It's nice. It's nice. Everything not thirsty. It's like, yeah, no, it's great. Everything's great. Right. So now that I got a chance to just kind of think about it, and I'm like, now that everything stops, and we're just here. Have you ever, like, wondered, what the hell is going on? What is it? What is it all? What is any of it? What does it mean? That must have sucked for them. Because he didn't even have any, like, they're just like, I don't know. And then they just had to start inventing shit like, what about the fucking thing in the sky? It's probably the thing in the sky did it. Like, maybe the thing in the sky. No, it's an invisible thing. There's a thing under here. No, think about that. That's all I got. So, we're going to watch a video now. As you say, Jingle on. Wisehart, Danielle Soto, and...
I just want to take this time to thank everybody that came, and it's awesome. Please come again sometime and stick around. We're gonna wait for we gotta have the projector fire up because there's a video next, but I want to tell you guys about the first time I ever saw a porn, because that's what Jack made me think of. I was 7 years old, and my friend Philip was like, hey, come over to my house while my parents aren't here. My brother's watching watching us. So I went next door because they lived right down the street, and it was me and him and his brother and then 2 other boys in the neighborhood, and they cranked on the porn, which was that porn that you could record at a certain time on HBO. And it was a porn called Anal Institution. It was really hardcore, lots of orgies. And I was sitting there, it's the first time I'd ever seen a man ejaculate, and I was like, why is that man's wiener spitting? That's what I said, because that's what cum looked like to me. Also, another thing I want to talk about in heterosexual porn, why do all women have to sound like this? Oh yeah, oh fuck, yeah, why is that? Get a new sound effect. So the video is made by Moira Brady. I love her, I miss her. She lives in Ireland now. But before we, don't play the video yet. We've got to hear the Ocean State Jingle lots that sponsored the video. We're about to hear the Not Just Snacks jingle. The Mama Kim's Trucks single. Why am I saying single? The Stable jingle, Pizza Queen, and Roberto the Barber.
Just things that you eat when you're walking down the street. No, they're not just things that you put in a sack after you take a nap. No, they're not just snacks. Come to my truck, come to my truck. Is the name of this truck. Alright, we got a big ride coming up. Come to my truck. Cook the rice, put it in the bowl. Put the egg on top. Keep it pop, keep it pop, keep it pop. Put the egg on top of the rice and eat it up. Keep it pop, keep it pop, keep it pop, keep it pop. People eat in my belly. 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 People eat in my belly.
Wish you were there. Eat some pizza. Fancy espresso drinks.
Haircuts. Roberto.
Open Tuesday through Saturday.
Hi, I'm Roberta the Baba. Don't park in my parking spot.
He always plays Morrissey and dancing when I go in, and he's super cute. And then he started coming to church. Yeah, no, it was great. He always puts on funk music.
I hate Damien Hirst. Cool hot there. Thanks. Where'd you get it? Don't remember. It's new though. Like, did you buy it this week? Where? or... I'm not gonna go and buy one if you tell me where you go, but just let me know.
I know you're not gonna do that.
It's like handmade. Was it a present or?
Sort of. I think of it like that, yeah.
What, like, where is it from?
I got at the hospital.
Why were you in the hospital? You don't know anybody who's sick at the moment. Sorry.
How do you know that? I mean, of course I was in the hospital recently and I got it there.
In the gift shop?
No, not the gift shop.
Sorry if there's somebody that's sick.
No one's sick.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I got it at the gift shop. I know I didn't. I got it from a lady at the hospital.
Someone you know.
No, I stole it off a sick lady's bed. I go to the hospital to take things from people who are sick and dying. Okay, are you happy now? I mean, that's just something I do.
It's not a joke.
No, it's not a joke. It's something I do. Everybody has something. I'm not an alcoholic, you know. I take things from sick people.
That's not comparable. Why do you do that?
What, you don't do secret fucked up stuff? Everybody does.
No, I don't. I'm not. Like that. It's like that's really worrying. But I don't understand. Like,
well, I'm sorry that you're such a good person and you don't understand. I have the thing that I do. It makes me feel good, and it's not like she needed it anyway. I mean, she was on her way out, so.
Is it like I can't get my head around it? Like maybe she didn't need it, but it's hers.
Not anymore. Like you're such a good person.
Well, I just.
What? You're such a good person. Like you don't do secret fucked up stuff, and you don't what?
This is more about you than me.
Okay. Let's make it about you then.
No.
Try the hat on.
I'm not trying that.
You want to know about the hat? You want to see what it feels like to wear it?
I just want to understand.
Try the hat on. Go ahead. Try it on. Try it. While you're holding it, you might as well put it on your head. Hold it with your hand. Put the hat on.
It's too unusual thing to take.
What? Give it to me. Come here. It's gonna feel good when it's on your head, keeping it warm. Not like the sick lady. Oh, she doesn't need it anymore.
Okay. No.
What? Girl. Put the hat on. Come on, try it on. Just for me. That's good.
What's wrong with you?
I had a fucked up childhood. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Okay, I'm back. Thank you.
Hooray! Clap for her, even though she's not here. So we're gonna bring up, after his Jingle set, we're gonna bring up Jonathan Wisehart next. Yay! He's got some really nice friends here. He is sponsored by Chilangos, Tropical Liquors, New York System, only millionaires. Nice Slice. And Vendor Ravioli. So let's hear it for his sponsors, please.
Chilango. 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 Chilangos. Jump, 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 jump. Coconut. Jump, 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 jump. Coconut. Tropical ladies. You want hot dogs, but you don't know where. New York System, only the way. Running the streets like a hungry bear. New York System, only the way. New York System, only the way. Come on down to Oakdale Square. New York System, only the way.
Yay! Jonathan Wisehart!
Nobody gets mad at bands. This seems like children. How about Randy? How wonderful is he? There's no way to do these two things at the same time. It's like a southern little belle. I just love him. He seems so untouched, but I know he's been touched harder than I've ever been touched. And in ways that I can't even imagine. Like as a straight man, what he does terrifies the shit out. Like I don't want to admit that to people, but I know like behind closed doors, sometimes probably open doors as well. But just terrified. Like I feel like I deserve a reward whenever I like get like the if I meet a transgender person and I say the right thing, like I say, oh she looks well. Like I deserve a pat on the back just for being a white man that understands that I'm doing the right thing. And Jack, holy shit. We actually lived next to each other in that shitty mill years ago. I don't think he cared for me. That's not a joke, I think that's true. I wish there was, I need like 7 more things to put things on. There are so many good looking people here. I can't see you, I could see you before, now I can see you. Yeah! I didn't know that there were this many handsome people in Rhode Island, the entire state of Rhode Island. It is an honor that so many people came out. I feel like some of you maybe came to see me. No. That's fine. This is like, Randy texted me like 2 months ago, and he's like, hey, you know, you were saying the other night, and I was drunk, I'm sure, when I was saying, but I was like, I can do stand-up, I used to do comedy, I used to MC the fucking kickball, people heard me, like, I'm a person, and he was like, well, if you want to do it, hey, how about you do April? And I was like, I'll do it, and then the next day, I wrote it on the internet, I posted because I was all drunk that day as well, those aren't even jokes. Like I'm actually just drunk all the time. I'm not drunk right this second, which is the other dumbest thing that I've ever done. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do a stand-up. I'm gonna get on the stage at AS220 again. because we used to do a comedy show here years and years and years ago that people used to like. Yes. Yep, and that was fun. But it didn't sink in until after I wrote on the internet, and it's like, and then like I like woke up some hours later, and I like looked at Facebook, and and there was like 80 likes, and most things I write, to be honest, get like 14 likes. I think that's a fair amount of likes for, you know, like a non sequitur, like, you know, thing. It's like, and this got like 80 or 90 likes, and I realized that I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. I'm fucking terrified right now. I'm so scared to be in front of everybody, and everybody expects something from me. And like hours ago, I swear, like, I didn't even know I was scared this afternoon. I knew I was supposed to be getting scared. But like my dick knew that I was scared like hours before I understood that I was scared. It was like as if it could get small enough. It's funny, like it really is funny to me that like my dick is the first it's the first meter I have on how dangerous a situation is going to get. Like if somebody like holds me up and waves a gun in my face, and like I won't even know what's going on. But like 5 minutes before the guy walks up, my dick will be like, nothing to see here. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. You can take the hands. Nobody uses hands. Just don't look at me. It's just an old lonely pile of pews. Nothing to see. So I wrote some stuff. And my dick knows self-preservation better than I do. And I'm sweating. And while Jack was on, and while Randy was on, and while the video was on, I got to pee like I think 14 times. You guys probably like, and it seems like I couldn't help it. I wanted to stay and see every single little bit and laugh, but I'm like sweating so much. I feel like I want to throw up, cry, and piss myself, and shit myself all at the same time. It's like my body is trying to evacuate everything that it doesn't need to actually be alive, all at once. It all wants to come out. It's like everything inside was like, this is a fucking stupid idea what you're doing, and we're jumping ship. This is insane that you decided to do this. No, I mean that's fine. I guess the right amount of laughs for that. You know. Anyway, hey, weather was nice today, huh? Springtime's here. Springtime in Providence. Everybody's coming out of their hibernation. People are, getting, like little bears coming out and you see them on the sidewalk. And the snow melts, and we can finally see what the city really looks like underneath all that pretty snow. And you guys know that dog shit doesn't melt, so you should actually pick that up all winter long. It's crazy, I don't think people know that. My favorite things about springtime, when everybody starts coming out of the woodwork, that you don't see them, is I remember like one spring afternoon, and this is just one of my favorite things in the fucking world, is I was having a drink outside Julian's, and it was, it was lovely. It was before sunset, but it was like in the afternoon, and I saw a man who had clearly just shot heroin, trying to eat an ice cream cone. Man, those are two great tastes that taste great together. That is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Like this guy's like, it seems like such a strange idea that like this is what I'm gonna do this afternoon. I'm gonna shoot some heroin and go get some ice cream. I don't do heroin, so maybe that's like you're like, oh man, nothing's better than some ice cream and heroin. But I'm like. So I'm watching this guy, and he can't get into his fucking face. There's nothing he can do. It's just like, he'd like get it up there. And then he realized what it's like, no, back up. Just his hands. And I could have watched that for the rest of my life. That was awesome. And it always makes me think, I was like, I want to see more ice cream cones in other shitty situations. Like I want to see somebody who's like their bus is taking off and they're just a little bit late for it. They're like, fuck this ice cream cone! Why do I have this? Wait! Like, honey, where's my keys? I'm late for work. I got that big meeting. Oh, shit! I'm surprised that ice cream cones are as funny as they are. I actually didn't write, that's not even in the notes. I can show you that, it's not even in there, I just made that up. That's actually a lie. That's a full lie. Yes, so back to being terrified. And feeling like my body is evacuating itself. I was nervous, I'm not so much, I sat on the toilet. That's what my mother would say is like, I don't feel well. She's like, do you need to sit on the toilet? Which is the most, that's the most emasculating. I didn't even know that I could be emasculated until my mother said, maybe you need to go sit on the toilet. But I've been shitting just water since 4 o'clock. Thinking about how awful this whole situation was gonna be. All I can think about is this being over. But yeah, when I don't know. When do you stop shitting your pants? When do people stop? Like, are you 3? 4. I don't know. 47. Okay, we can stop after like the first 2 seconds. That was fucking happening. Okay, so let's say like 4. Well, no, because no, I have friends that like 5 or 6. I think like people still shit their pants. I don't know. I remember being like an adolescent, being a young adult person, and thinking that was it for shitting my pants. That was it. I'm never gonna shit my pants anymore. That's over. And it wasn't. It's not. No. You're not done shitting your pants until 30 minutes after a dead corpse. You're not, you shit your pants after you're dead. That's the fucking joke on us all. Like you don't ever stop shitting, you have a reprieve. You have like I had a 25-year reprieve, I feel like. I was done with shitting my pants for a while, and then I woke up one day and I was hungover and I probably skedaddled out of the house before gravity could start to take effect. And then you're in line somewhere, and the ghost of all those shitty beers you drank the night before, they all come back, and they come back in your pants. And you have no other options except to waddle out with your dignity and get home as fast as you can and throw everything you own away. I already did that part. No, I didn't. Yeah, so everybody's coming out of their apartments. That was a good segue. I spent a shitload of time in my apartment this winter. Not because I want to. My apartment is like the physical manifestation of like severe depression and total failure. It really is. Like, no, don't do that. This is all jokes. I mean, they're real jokes, but they're jokes. So I don't want any of that bullshit. And like I look around and I wonder, I was like, this is, like, could this be, like, this is what the, like, millions of years of human evolution, this is what this was leading to, is a 36-year-old single man who hides candy from his dog in his sock drawer. This is what the whole point of everything has been, is that this, like we have survived famines and plagues, holocausts. Somebody invented penicillin. Somebody invented electricity so that I could look at pornography in any room of my house whenever I feel like it. This is what evolution led to, is this dumb piece of shit. In any case.
The Red Sox being 1-17 in the opening day.
I don't know, that's terrible heckling. I can see you, Jeff. I can see you. Yeah. The biggest regret I ever had is fucking thinking that tattoos were ever cool. If I was a kid in 2014, I would not have one of these. In any case, fuck you, Jim. A recent study I read somewhere says that almost 80% of Americans are living with a cursed item in their house. I read it on the internet. It was probably Huffington Post. I'm making that up. That's a lead into a joke. But I sometimes, you know, and it might be, I smoke a little pot. Well, most of us do.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, fuck yeah we do. We smoke fucking pot. And I sometimes maybe get a little paranoid because I'm not good at it. And I just fucking sit and I stare at my house and I go, which one of you motherfuckers? I'm looking at my bookshelf. I'm looking at knickknacks. I'm like, which one of you fucking motherfuckers? Which one of you is a culprit? Which one of you somewhere along the way in your existence has been cursed by some fucking witch and you're the reason that this has all become so difficult for me? Like that's gotta be it. Because I didn't do anything wrong. I was raised by good people. Any case, moving on. I wasn't actually raised by good people. Oh, I'll get to that later. That's on a different page, I think. Yeah, but my apartment is total pile of shit. You guys know that feeling when you do all your laundry? You go through your whole house and you collect all your laundry. You get every sock from under every little thing, and you wash it all. You separate your colors from your whites, and you do it separately like you're supposed to. And then when it's all done, it's all dried, it's fluffy, and maybe even still warm, you fold it all and you put it exactly where it's supposed to go, and you have a clean slate, and it feels so good. That's the exact feeling I get when I empty the mountain of Miller Lite cans off of my bedside table. That's what my life is. Moving on. If this stool could be just a little bit bigger, I would be able to flip these things. Does anybody else here live by themselves? Do other people live by themselves?
No!
Anybody?
I do.
Like almost nobody. I was expecting this to go over so much better. No, it's wonderful. It really is. It is about the best thing in the world to have that freedom and just walk around your house being who you are, you know, letting whatever you have hang out. If you have much of anything. I have a dog, so it's not like entirely living by myself. I have this awful fucking dog. He's a fucking piece of shit. Like my last dog was a saint. He should be pandering. People remember him. Because when I used to work here, he would come, he was never on a leash, he'd sit on the sidewalk. He was wonderful, and I replaced him about a year after, maybe less than that, who cares? I went and got another rescue dog, and I named him Rollo. And no, he sucks. Don't do that. No, it's like I always joke. I'm like, it's like having like a really shitty roommate who doesn't pay rent. And I think that it's like having like an unpredictable, violent roommate. It's not the worst roommate. It's like almost like if I let my schizophrenic uncle move in with me. That's what it's like. Like every time I get home and no one has harmed themselves and there aren't numbers just etched into a wall, you know, that represent whatever the president owes him in gold bars or who needs to be killed. I feel like I've succeeded. I don't know how I ended up with this fucking piece of shit dog. Well, because I adopted him for $20. That's why. He was fixed for good. He has the tiniest dick I've ever seen. I guess he was fixed at that doesn't really have anything to do with anything. My uncle, though, I loved him. I loved him dearly. He was actually schizophrenic. He's passed on because that's what happens to crazy people before Obamacare, we hope. Anything sexier than a beard and Guinness? He told me a joke once. He said, Jonathan, oh, look at that. Oh my God, that's so awesome. There was a band that used to play here called Iditarod. And I fucking hated them. And I actually got into some internet beef the other day with the guy. He lives on the West Coast now, so it wasn't real. His wife was a singer, and she had to sing her lyrics off of one of these. And I couldn't believe how fucking lazy I thought that was. And now I'm doing it. My uncle told me a joke once, and it's you don't know what he's gonna think is funny. He said, Jonathan? Well, he was laughing. I was like, what are you laughing at, Uncle Wally? And he goes, a joke I heard once. I go, oh, what is it? Thinking I was gonna get a joke from my uncle, because that's what uncles do, they tell you jokes. And he goes, women are worth more than all the atoms in Rhode Island, 100 million to 1. Here I am trying to be the chief executive minister. Thank you very much, Wally F. Perkins. That's not funny. Anyway, living by yourself. Living by yourself's awesome. I mean, except for like, you look around and you wonder like, you know, you look at the pile of dishes that I don't do my dishes anymore. I have a pile of dirty dishes. I wash one every time I need a clean dish. I don't I mean, it seems counterintuitive, but it actually makes perfect sense. How else do the rats get fed? Or you think about your your internet browser history. Like it becomes kind of this thing. It's like, if I died right now, what is my family gonna find in here, and what are they gonna think? Fine, don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand. I don't understand people that wake up like hours before they have to go to work. This is also still in the. For some reason, I thought this was in the apartment section of things, but it doesn't matter. I don't understand people that wake up like 2 hours before they have to go to work and they peruse the internet or they work on a crossword puzzle, they sip some coffee. I wake up like with 10 minutes. It takes me 10 minutes from the time that my foot gets up, hits the floor, to the time I'm in a car on my way to work. And hopefully, with any luck, I am at work for 30 to 40 minutes before I realize, fuck, we're doing this whole thing again. I woke up again. That happens. Jesus Christ. I work as a tattoo artist, which is an insane thing to do.
The worst job ever!
It's not. It's a very, very good job if you don't like actually having any responsibility or committing to anything, really, except for other people's pictures on their bodies. It's a crazy, weird thing that people pay somebody to do. It's so insane. I'll be in the middle of a tattoo, I'm like somebody's fucking paying me to do, put ink under their skin so it stays forever. It's crazy. That's all I have to say about that. It's not even a joke, I was just telling you what I do. So it's my birthday in a couple hours. That went exactly as I was expecting it to go. Yes. I'm gonna be at midnight. I don't know when I was born, but let's say, so my birthday is April 3rd, so in a couple hours I'm gonna be 36 years old. I don't think anybody ever thinks about being 36 years old. I think people think about being old enough to drive and old enough to not live with their parents, and then they think about being as old as their parents. But I never thought about it 36, and especially single. And most of my friends are married or getting married or have been married and are now divorced and maybe getting married again, and they have kids. And it's, I mean, I don't really feel left behind. I love my life, but I don't. That's a lie. I was saying, and every time any guys I know that get married, any dudes I know that get married, at some point, leading up, in the engagement, leading up to the wedding, there's always somebody always says, well, you can kiss blowjobs goodbye. No more blowjobs after you get married. Married women, they stop blowing, which is insane logic to me. It's fucking crazy. Do you think that if she put your dick in her mouth and then stopped doing it when she thought she didn't have to me that would say she didn't want to do it in the first place. Which means maybe a woman deserves a medal for doing it just once. Putting your awful cock anywhere near her face. Maybe, somebody deserves a medal for that. That's what I think. Blowjobs are fascist. But I don't know. I mean, maybe some people like it. I'm a pessimist when it comes to that stuff. I came up with a term for it. I'm a sexual pessimist. Because I don't understand how why do you let us do this to you? Why? like even when I was a kid, I knew there was something like fishy going on with all this stuff. Like I knew right away. Like I remember being like whatever, like whenever I was adolescent, I realized that like my dick was on fire, and I wanted to just fucking everything. And you know, and I finally did. I finally got to fuck something. I did. No, a person. No, I fucked a lot of things before the person, but like couches and shit. But no, like, and then I was able to finally fuck a person, and it was so good. It was like I was like, this is like. I couldn't believe how awesome this was for me. And I knew immediately it was so good that I didn't deserve it. And to be fair, judging by the look on her face, I don't feel like she deserved it. 15-year-old boy sweating and laying on her for 2.5 minutes. In any case. Moving on. So it's 2014. Okay. So what I was getting to with that, what I was trying to convey is that men are born pieces of shit, and that women become shitty, probably because of men. I don't know for sure. I just know that it happened. I know the final outcome is that men are just born these like greedy little fuckers. And women are, you know, and then we make women into shitty adults, eventually. And I will take that back. I promise you that I will change my opinion if you find a country, and then you find a group of women, like some business women, some government women, some military women, and you let them run that country. And when they run that country into the fucking ground and destroy it, I will finally be like, no, you're right, they're just as bad as men. Because we're awesome at that. We've had that in the fucking bag the whole time. Moving on. The only problems I have with women they're kind of more anecdotal. They're not actual real problems. They're like, it's like when, you know, just a stupid shit. I mean, everybody says stupid shit, but like, the main thing I'm looking for in a guy is like, is a sense of humor. That's not true. That's a lie. You just told me a lie. It's like, you know, I just want somebody who makes me laugh. No, you don't. In fact, that's an insane, stupid idea. Because I have a great sense of humor, and I have absolutely nothing else going for me, but I have an amazing sense of humor. And I will tell you where a good sense of humor comes from. There's never been a good sense of humor that came from, like, a loving, caring family. There's not. No. This is what happens after years of torment and bullying and feeling like you're not loved, and you feel like you have to entertain everybody you're around all the time. That's not a good thing. So stop it. Look for somebody that's got a good job, that knows how to drive a car. I felt like that was kind of dark. Women always say that they're like, oh, I like your voice. I like your voice. They're like, which I also think is totally fucking insane. It's like, oh, he can kind of sound like Will Arnett sometimes. It's like, to me, when I hear it recorded, because I think they're recording this, I'm gonna see this later, and I can tell you exactly what it's gonna sound like to me. It's gonna sound like Fred Savage, and not adult Fred Savage. Fred Savage when he was on the Wonder Years. Like Fred Savage swallowed rocks, and then found a dying rat, and put it in his mouth, and then they all spoke as one. That's what I think my voice sounds like. So I don't know. I have no idea how this works. I don't know how people meet people, how babies. I mean, I know technically how babies meet. But I really don't. I mean, I know I'm semi-lost cause, I think. I don't know. But you go downtown on a weekend night, and this is the future of our world. You see a bunch of young, horny, stupid, slutty zombies just screaming at each other, freezing. These are going to be the children that, if you have teacher friends, your teacher friends are going to teach these little fucking idiots. These children of fucking idiots. So yeah, I don't know any of that goes. Have I been up here too long yet, Randy? All right, just give me another like 2 minutes. Yeah. I never had any idea how difficult like being an adult, you know, trying to find a mate or, you know, just exist was, and it's not that my parents didn't try. They were lovely, generous people. They, you know, and it's.
Red Sox fan.
I need you to shut up, Jason. Like they were, you know, and in some respect, I'm sure they poured their hopes and dreams into me, like in some way. And now I have the pleasure of having to deal with these people. You just totally just killed the punchline, by the way. Fucking idiots. For as much as I love them, and I'm proud of my parents, they're great people, but I have never met two people that just hate each other more than these two people. If I lived 1,000 years, I would never meet two people that hate each other more than these two fucking people did. And it's actually kind of a relief to know that I've seen the worst hate. Like, I've seen it. And it seems like a bold statement because we know what happened in Germany in the 40s, but I feel like I've seen hate that, it's like, these people mastered just the words "fuck you" to an art form that is it's like none of us could even comprehend how these people could say "fuck you" to each other. It's like "fuck you." Yes. No, it's way better than that. I'm gonna do it now without your help. Just this fuck you, fuck you. I'm not even doing it again. It's like they could insert subliminal phrases inside of a "fuck you." I know that that my mother heard, what are you gonna cry about it? Inside of a "fuck you." And I know that my father heard, fuck you. And it was like, the children don't respect you. That was inside of that "fuck you." This is wonderful. This is so good. I'm gonna wrap it up in 1 second. This is great. It's like back up on the AS220 stage. I used to work here, and like I said, we did the comedy show here. But this is the first time I've been on stage without a guitar in my hand in many, many years. I was fired from here. It was the only place I've ever been fired from. And Mr. Krenka used the words aggressive, confrontational, and caustic. I guess Umberto didn't like the flavor of my regatta. Fuck that guinea piece of shit. Oh shit, I'm sorry. So it kind of feels like I've just died and gone nowhere. This is like, I've been so excited for this. And I think about dying, and I think we all think about, we have this idea of like how we're going to be remembered. And I know how I want to be memorialized. And I've thought about it, and I hope that my family is on board for this someday, probably sooner than later, most likely. It could be in the place. I want them to pick a place, and it could be where I shed the moral coil, or they could pick some random minor highway in Rhode Island somewhere, and I want them to build there a wooden cross, like a rickety wooden cross, and I wanted them to adorn it with things, that I couldn't bring with me, on that grand journey to where we go. Maybe some costume jewelry or something. I see a lot, or maybe some stuffed animal. I want, and big stuffed animals. And neither of those two things will weather even one New England winter, well. But they'll weather many, because they will stay there for years and years and years and years. And what I'm trying to say is stop building roadside memorials for people. It's fucking weird. All right, I'm gonna get off now. Thank you.
drinking so much, you should get your prostate checked. I just want to say that to you. And also, why is fear a barometer for heterosexual men's penises to tuck in? I can only get off if I call in bomb threats. So, we're gonna bring up the last comedian, which is Danielle Soto. Love her, stay for her, but also listen to these fine jingles for the Dunkin' Donuts Center, Louis Cafe, Louis Fuller's, India Point Park, and Dragon 2000. And break more glasses. Thanks. Mazel tov.
Louis restaurant. We gotta go. Louis Fuller's. We gotta go.
Downtown Providence, Rhode Island.
Thank you, sponsors. Thank you. And now, without further ado, Danielle Soto!
All right, thank you guys. Give a round of applause for your host, Randy. You're doing an awesome job tonight. Give a round of applause to yourselves for staying. Love you guys. I'm so excited to be here tonight. I really am. I'm sorry I didn't really dress up. I'm dressed kind of dorky. I came from work. I never know what to wear to stand-up shows, especially because the last stand-up show I did was actually a naked show. Yeah. Oh, thanks. This is true. I did stand-up totally naked. And a lot of people, when they find that out, they go, "Whoa, that must have felt like really different, huh?" I'm like, "Oh, you have no idea. It feels so different being up on stage, totally naked, under the lights, without any rap music playing." I'm a satin doll. No, that's some local humor. No, also I had shaved for the occasion. Yes, I was so embarrassed. I had shaving bumps, and I just kept thinking, God, I hope no one here can read Braille. Because it says read lower. All right, and with your tongue. All right, so I'm Danielle, I'm from Boston. Scream if you have tattoos. Awesome, cool. I like tattoos. I like piercings. I don't have any. I don't have any tattoos, any piercings. I'm like the opposite of a suicide girl. I'm like a work it out through counseling girl. Let's say a little bit about me. I've never been good with guys, like ever, even in high school. I didn't have any luck with guys. My health teacher asked me once, she said, "Danielle, has a boy ever pressured you into having sex?" I said, "No." "How do I get them to do that?" I dated this one guy, and he wanted me to pay for dinner. I thought that was kind of weird, so I asked my girlfriend about it. I was like, "I don't know, he wants me to pay for dinner." She's like, "Well, you're a feminist, and it's the 21st century. You can pick up the check once in a while." I said, No, we ate at his house. At his house. I dated this other guy who had a really thick Boston accent. It was cute, but he was sometimes hard to understand. You know, he'd say things like, "You're so pretty," but it would come out sounding like, "Get the fuck off me." I dated this other guy who loved getting roadhead. And in case you don't know what that is, it's when you go down on a guy while he's driving. And I did it for him because I'm polite. But it was weird because every time I did it, right before he came, always, right before he was about to come, someone would ring the bell for their stop. Oh, hey, I'm teasing you. That's a job. I'm teasing you guys. Come on. I don't date men with jobs. Let's see, what else can I tell you about myself? I work in dermatology during the day. This does not pay the bills. And so one of the nurses asked me the other day if I have breast implants. I said, no, but I'm flattered you think I'm that good with my savings. At my work, they'll throw baby showers for women who have gotten pregnant, but they won't throw parties for women who have gotten promoted. And my friend pointed out to me, she's like, that's kind of bullshit. It takes no talent to get pregnant. I was like, wow, you're right. It takes no talent to get pregnant. What takes talent is to have unprotected sex every single weekend and not get pregnant. Where's my party? Where's my party? I was looking for work for a long time. I was looking on Craigslist for work, which isn't a good idea. I found an ad for a topless maid. My friend said to me, she's like, you should do that. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna clean. Fuck no. I've been trying to diet and exercise, be healthier. I was at the gym the other day with a friend, and I guess I'm not a very good exerciser because he happened to point out that complaining burns 30 calories a minute. I thought that's interesting because I read somewhere that having sex burns 90 calories a minute. Do you fathom what that means? When I'm having sex, I'm burning 120 calories a minute. Yeah. This isn't the reason I wanted to start losing weight, but some guy did call me a fat bitch. I know. I told my friend about it. I was like, whoa, that guy just called me a fat bitch. She's like, oh my God, you're not fat. This is a two-parter. Thanks. I like makeup. I like playing with makeup. I went to Sephora and I bought this lip gloss that has snake venom in it. The idea is you put it on your lips, it stings your lips, plumps them up, makes them look better. But it's kind of a catch-22 because yeah, your lips look better, but it's really hard to start a blowjob with this might sting a little. Have you ever been fucked so hard your period comes back? Should I take that as a sometimes yes? It's like your body's way of saying, no, really, don't get pregnant. He's not gentle, and he won't be good with a baby. I'll tell you this about myself, I was a really old virgin. Do we have any old virgins here? Nope, always just me. All right. Was there? Okay, cool. I was 23. I was 23 years old, and a lot of people, when they find that out, they go, huh, 23 and still a virgin. Was that a choice? And I can honestly say, yes, it was a choice. Men were choosing not to have sex with me. So yeah, it was a choice. And I got this a lot. I got, oh, well, you must get a lot of offers. I'm like, no, not really. And they're like, no, I bet all the time, guys. And I was like, no, really. I'm kind of like the empty water cooler jug at the office. Like, everyone agrees that something should be done about it. But nobody wants to personally take it upon themselves. So they'll hold like a board meeting. And they're like, Tommy should do it. Tommy's like, no, I got a bad back. I'm I'm like, Phil should do it. Phil's like, no. Because if I do it once, everyone's gonna expect me to do it every single time. And we should really have like a chore wheel. For fucking Danielle. I also got this a lot. I got, oh, well, that's really good because guys love virgins, right? Guys love virgins. I was like, that is not true. That is bullshit. There is not a guy at home jerking off like, oh, yeah. She doesn't know what she's doing. This is emotional for her. Oh, yeah. Her teddy bear is watching us. Finally, someone did want to have sex with me. It was really exciting because he was really hot. And I was like, wait a minute, why does this hot guy want to have sex with me? But then I thought, you know what, Danielle? Never look a guy who's hung like a gift horse in the mouth. Also, he was uncircumcised, which I'm not used to. I always thought the first time I'd see a dick in a hood would be at a Klan rally. Oh, they're dicks. Oh yeah, they're dicks. Let's see, where was it? So, we had sex, and it was really kinky, I think, but I don't know, because I have nothing to compare it to. I was so worried that the next time I would have sex, that would be my average. You know, like that would be my point of reference. Be having sex with this guy, and I'd be like, why aren't you spitting in my mouth? Do you not think I'm pretty? Hey, where's your gun? I'll tell you this about myself. I love Irish guys. Big fan of the Irish guys. I've had more Irish guys on their backs than the potato famine. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck it. I'm not sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Here's a joke. What do you call it when you hook up with two Irish guys in one night? Dublin. Yeah, that's what a professional looks like. No notebook. Stick into my time. Alright, so I love Irish guys. Love them. Sorry, I'm burning your friends.
Right there.
Who's right there? He's right where?
He's looking at you.
Everyone's fucking looking at me. I'm on stage now, I'm off script. Anybody else? I know it's exciting when a woman talks to you. Anybody else? No, it's exciting. All right. Let's see. So I was so proud of myself because 2 years in a row, I hooked up with an Irish guy on St. Patrick's Day. I had sex with him. Very exciting. Thank you. And I was very excited. I told my girlfriend about it. She was like, Danielle, don't you think that's a little slutty? I mean, you only had sex with them because they were Irish and only because it was St. Patrick's Day. I said, well, maybe, but hang on, wait, maybe you're just being a little judgmental. Maybe I was just celebrating the holiday in a really intimate and passionate way. I just wish I had thought of it in time for Black History Month. All right, that was my closer. This was great. If anyone wants to give me gas money, I really appreciate that. Thank you guys for coming out. You're a great audience. Thank you very much, I'm Danielle Soto.
She's getting paid for passive aggressiveness. Thank you guys for coming to the show. Thank you so much. Thank you for sticking around. Come back next first Wednesday.